So, today we will be discussing about Birbal Sahani, a man who did what he loved and loved what he did. So, he's Professor Birbal Sahani, FNA, FAC, FNAC, FRS, FGS, and he lived from 1891 to 1949. So, as we go one by one, we will have an introduction of who Birbal Sahani was. We also will go through the family and the formative years of Birbal Sahani, higher education and his research abroad, fossils and paleobotany. Next, we will go ahead discussing about a teacher par excellence, the researcher that he was, and he as well was an institution builder. We'll have that as well, and the other side and his unique place in the annals of Indian science. Then we will go ahead and discuss few of the milestones in Professor Birbal Sahani's life and the honors and distinctions that he had. So all this will be as separate videos. So this is the birth centenary of Birbal Sahani. So we would start with Birbal Sahani, the introduction part of Birbal Sahani. So, as per as introduction is considered about Birbal Sahani, it states a very small story that happens to make us understand who was Birbal Sahani or what kind of a person he was. So the young student was getting tense. In those days, University Road in Lucknow was not as busy as it is today. Now, we even have a metro station between the gate of Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleosciences and the adjacent gate number 4 of University of Lucknow. Of course, autos, taxis, buses and tempos are easily available. But in those days, over 7 decades ago, a rickshaw was about the only transport that could be hired. But for this boy, there was not even a rickshaw to be seen. The student was R.S.C. Pal, who later joined the Geological Survey of India. And he was in a hurry to reach the railway station. He could hardly afford to miss the train, having been away from home for so long. He waited and time ticked by. He looked around desperately and then he noticed a car approaching him, slowing down and finally stopping in front of him. The graceful gentleman at the steering wheel looked at the heavy luggage of the boy was burdened with and asked, "What is the problem?" Pal mumbled that he was already late and had to reach the railway station, but there was no transport available. "Get inside," the gentleman beckoned him in with a soft smile. Immensely relieved, Pal was too happy to catch the almost God-sent opportunity and within minutes made it to the station, a very happy soul. Overwhelmed with gratitude, he asked the elderly gentleman, "Sir, may I know your good name, please?" "I am Birbal Sahani," was a polite response. The car turned and sped away, leaving the young boy totally transfixed. He had never seen Professor Sahni before, but had of course heard his name. To be given a lift by such a legend in such an unpretentious way, he was thrilled and immensely impressed at the same time. He never thought a person of Professor Sahni's stature could be so unassuming. It is this grand man of Indian science we are going to talk about in this book. The above small instance sums up just one of the many noble features of Professor Sahni's personality. Despite being a very well established and widely respected scientist and teacher, a very influential person, and enjoying a commanding position in the society, he remained a humble, kind, and helpful person. It is rightly said in our scriptures, a tree laden with fruit bends down. In fact, Somerset Maugham has somewhere commented that it is the achievers who are happy and humble, while the frustrated people not only remain unhappy but also show off. Thank you.